Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. Today, we're going to talk about a very special coin from the United States of America, the 2000 Sacagawea Gold $1 coin. It may look like just another dollar, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. This coin was first released in the year 2000 by the United States Mint. It was created to honor Sacagawea, the Native American woman who helped guide Lewis and Clark during their famous expedition across America. On the front of the coin, you'll see a beautiful image of Sacagawea carrying her baby, Jean-Baptiste, on her back. The design is warm, detailed, and full of meaning. It shows her strength, bravery, and important role in American history. On the back of the coin, there's a flying eagle surrounded by stars, representing the early days of the United States. The coin was made with a golden color, but it's not actually made of real gold. Still, it stands out because of its unique color and smooth edge, different from most coins we use every day. Millions of these coins were made and used in daily life. Most of them are still only worth $1. But there are a few very rare versions that are worth much more. Some have mistakes from the minting process, like being struck with the wrong design on one side. These special error coins are extremely rare and are called mule coins. One of the most famous versions is a Sacagawea dollar that was accidentally struck with the front of a Washington quarter. That means one side shows George Washington and the other shows Sacagawea. It's a mistake that should never have happened, but because it did, the coin became a collector's dream. When one of these rare coins showed up at an auction, coin collectors from all over the country were ready to bid. It wasn't long before the price climbed higher and higher. Everyone wanted to own this rare piece of history. And in the end, the final sale price was an incredible amount. That rare Sacagawea coin sold for exactly $55,000. Top 2. Imagine holding a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. Not just a symbol of currency, but a tribute to one of the founding fathers, a president, and the principal author of the U.S. Constitution. This isn't just any coin. This is the James Madison Gold $1 coin, a gleaming reminder of America's roots, leadership, and legacy. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating piece of numismatic treasure. The coin we're talking about today was released as part of the presidential $1 coin program, an initiative by the United States Mint that honored each U.S. president with a specially designed $1 coin. James Madison, the fourth president of the United States, served from 1809 to 1817. His contribution to the shaping of the nation's government was monumental, and it's only fitting that his face was minted on a coin that celebrates his era and impact. The front of the coin shows a detailed portrait of James Madison. His gaze is serious, wise, and thoughtful, capturing the personality of the man who helped draft the Bill of Rights. His name curves around the top edge of the coin, while the years of his presidency, 1809 to 1817, are neatly inscribed below. The design is clean, bold, and rich with historical presence. Flip the coin over and you'll find the iconic Statue of Liberty on the reverse side, reaching high into the sky with the torch held proudly in her hand. This powerful image reflects the values that Madison stood for: freedom, independence, and democracy. Alongside her, the words, United States of America, and the denomination, $1, are engraved, standing tall and strong. Now, although these coins were made for circulation and millions were minted, there are some very special and extremely rare versions of the James Madison dollar that have caught the attention of collectors worldwide. These aren't just any coins you'd find in your pocket or in a roll of change from the bank. These are minting miracles, rare variations, experimental strikes, or early errors that slipped through the cracks during production. Some of the rarest James Madison coins were minted in gold-tinted planchets with high-quality proof-like surfaces, never released to the public. These coins weren't circulated, they were preserved, hidden away, or lost to time. And when they do surface, the excitement in the coin collecting world is electric. What makes them so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and story. Imagine a coin that was struck with a misalignment, or a unique die pattern, or one that was part of an early experimental batch. These versions can be so rare that only a handful are known to exist in the entire world. For collectors, finding one is like discovering buried treasure, and it gets even more exciting. One particular James Madison gold dollar coin, due to its flawless condition, rarity, and historic significance, was authenticated by top grading experts and put up for private sale. The bidding war that followed was intense. Collectors and investors alike knew that they were not just buying a coin, they were buying a one-of-a-kind artifact, a preserved fragment of America's early leadership and democratic roots. In a stunning turn of events, the final selling price reached a figure that most people wouldn't believe for a coin that's just a little larger than a quarter. Yes. One rare James Madison gold $1 coin was sold for an astonishing $255,000. Top 3. Imagine holding a small, golden piece of history that connects you directly to the early days of American leadership. A coin that doesn't just shine with metal, but glows with legacy, power, and mystery. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the United States of America John Quincy Adams gold $1 coin. A coin that represents a president, a legacy, and for a few lucky collectors, a life-changing value. This stunning coin is part of the Presidential $1 Coin Program, a remarkable initiative launched by the U.S. Mint to honor each president in the order they served. John Quincy Adams, the sixth President of the United States, held office from 1825 to 1829. He was the son of founding father John Adams, and though his presidency was filled with political challenges, his lifelong dedication to public service and diplomacy made him one of the most intelligent and hardworking leaders in American history. The design of the coin captures this legacy in a single, elegant image. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a strong, classic portrait of John Quincy Adams. His expression is calm, confident, and dignified, perfectly reflecting his statesmanlike personality. Around his image are the inscriptions of his name and the years he served as president. The attention to detail in the engraving brings the image to life, giving the coin an unmistakable air of authority. On the reverse side, the Statue of Liberty stands tall, torch held high, symbolizing the enduring flame of freedom and the spirit of the nation. The words, "United States of America," curve gracefully across the edge, and just beneath the statue lies the simple but powerful denomination, $1. But as we're about to discover, for some rare versions of this coin, that value is only the beginning. Now, millions of these coins were minted for circulation. They were intended to be used in everyday transactions, making them accessible to the public. However, in the vast sea of standard issues, there are a few golden treasures, unique, incredibly rare pieces that were never meant to be spent or dropped into a vending machine. These rare coins were struck under special conditions, some using experimental planchets or test dies. Others were early strikes with high-quality proof-like surfaces that were never released into general circulation. And then there are the era coins, the true unicorns of the coin world. These could include double strikes, off-center impressions, or coins mistakenly stamped with the wrong design or text. It's these accidental masterpieces that often become the most valuable and sought after in the collecting world. Now imagine this: a John Quincy Adams gold $1 coin, preserved in near-perfect condition. A coin that escaped the usual wear and tear of circulation. Maybe it was tucked away in a vault, untouched for years. Maybe it was part of a rare test batch never intended for the public. When such a coin is discovered and authenticated by expert graders, its value skyrockets, not only because of its rarity, but because of the deep American story it represents. Collectors around the world know how meaningful this coin is. It's not just about the shine of gold or the weight of the metal. It's about owning a living piece of history. Holding this coin is like reaching back through time and shaking hands with the president. It represents a moment, a legacy, and a national identity that has endured through centuries. So when a coin of this caliber hits the private auction market, excitement spreads quickly. Experts gather. Bidders prepare. And when a flawless, highly rare John Quincy Adams gold $1 coin was recently offered to a select group of collectors, it made headlines in the numismatic world. The coin's condition, its historical importance, and its unmatched rarity created a perfect storm of value. And when the auction closed, and the final bid was accepted, the coin had sold for an astonishing amount, a price that reflects both its rarity and the reverence it commands. That one single John Quincy Adams gold dollar coin sold for exactly $225,000. Top 4. In the world of coin collecting, some pieces are more than just currency. They're chapters of American history cast in metal. Small in size, but heavy with legacy, these coins carry the faces of leaders, the stories of a nation, and sometimes, unimaginable value. Today, we're diving into one of the most captivating coins in the United States presidential $1 coin series, the William Henry Harrison gold $1 coin. Now, William Henry Harrison may be one of the lesser-remembered presidents, but his legacy is anything but ordinary. In fact, his presidency is one of the shortest in American history. He served just 31 days in office before his untimely death in 1841. Yet, his impact on American history, both as a military hero and as a symbol of political change, made him a fitting figure to be honored on this golden coin. Released as part of the U.S. Mint's presidential $1 coin program, the William Henry Harrison dollar was introduced to honor the 9th President of the United States. Like the others in the series, this coin was never made of actual gold, but its warm, golden hue and brilliant luster gave it an aura of importance, and in some rare cases, incredible value. On the front of the coin is a finely detailed portrait of William Henry Harrison. He looks distinguished and stern, wearing the same determined expression that led him through military battles and into the Oval Office. His name and the year of his presidency, 1841, are carefully inscribed around the image. The design captures the feeling of the early 19th century, when the young republic was still finding its identity and heroes like Harrison played leading roles. The reverse side is consistent with the rest of the series, featuring the ever-proud Statue of Liberty. Her torch is raised high, symbolizing hope, freedom, and the promise of the American dream. Above her, the words, "United States of America," shine proudly, and just below, the simple denomination, $1. But don't let that number fool you, because not every version of this coin is created equal. You see, while millions of these coins were produced for everyday use, a very small number were struck under special circumstances, coins that were never meant to enter circulation. These rare examples were minted with incredible precision, using polished dies and special planchets, resulting in coins with mirror-like finishes and exceptional clarity. Some of these were test strikes, experimental pieces, or limited edition proof versions that never made it into the hands of the public. Even more thrilling for collectors are the error coins, rare mishaps during the minting process that produce completely unique versions. It could be a double strike, a missing edge lettering, or a misalignment between the dies. These mistakes are like printing a rare misquote in the Constitution. They're so rare and so unusual that collectors will pay tens, or even hundreds, of thousands of dollars just to own one. Now imagine discovering one of these rare William Henry Harrison gold dollar coins. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary dollar. But with the right features, a flawless surface, a unique strike, and pristine condition, it becomes something much more. It becomes a gateway to the past, a relic of a short presidency, and a crown jewel in any serious collection. In one exceptional case, a William Henry Harrison coin struck in nearly perfect condition, with all the hallmarks of a rare, early minting, was evaluated by experts and graded at the highest level. This was no ordinary coin, it was a national treasure. The excitement among collectors was immediate. The bidding was fast, furious, and filled with passion. By the time the auction closed, the final sale price stunned even seasoned dealers. Because this one small coin, bearing the face of a president who served for just a month, sold for an extraordinary amount. That single William Henry Harrison gold dollar coin was purchased for $195,000. Top 5. What if I told you that a simple coin, A small golden disc you could hold between your fingers holds the power to connect you to centuries of American history, Native American legacy, and rare collector value. This isn't just another dollar coin. This is a tribute to bravery, heritage, and the quiet beauty of a story often left out of textbooks. Today, we're taking a deep and fascinating look at the 2010 Sacagawea Gold $1 coin, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but carries a value and story that's anything but. Let's begin where this journey truly starts, with Sacagawea herself. She was a young Shoshone woman, barely a teenager, when she helped guide Lewis and Clark across wild, uncharted American territory. She wasn't just a translator. She was a symbol of peace to native tribes, a source of strength for the explorers, and a mother who carried her infant son on her back the entire way. Her contributions shaped the success of that historic expedition, yet for years, her name was rarely spoken. That changed in the year 2000, when the United States Mint decided to honor her by placing her on the new golden dollar coin. Her image, soft, powerful, timeless, appeared on the front, cradling her child and looking toward the future. It became a symbol not just of one woman's courage, but of the resilience and spirit of Native American culture. Every year since, the Sacagawea coin series has continued, each time featuring new reverse designs that celebrate Native American history and achievements. And that brings us to the year 2010, a year where the coin took on an even more powerful message. The 2010 reverse design features a beautifully detailed depiction of a Native American man planting seeds in a field with a river in the background. This image represents the ancient Three Sisters method of agriculture: corn, beans, and squash, plants that sustain native communities for generations. It's more than artwork. It's a lesson in sustainability, balance, and the wisdom of cultures that thrived long before modern agriculture was born. The golden color of the coin gives it a unique and distinguished look. Though it isn't made of real gold, its manganese brass composition gives it that warm, rich tone that sets it apart from other U.S. coins. Millions were minted and entered circulation, becoming a regular part of everyday currency for some, and an item of admiration for collectors. Now, most of these 2010 Sacagawea coins are still worth $1 today. You could find one in your change or even at the bank. But the story doesn't end there, not even close. Because among these millions of coins, there are a few that are different. Very different. Some 2010 Sacagawea dollars were never meant for circulation. These were specially struck for collectors and for presentation sets. And among these, a few extremely rare examples stand out. These might have been struck on experimental planchets, or created with extraordinary precision, proof-like surfaces, sharp details, and flawless finishes. Even more fascinating are the possible error coins. Minting errors are like lightning strikes. They're rare, unexpected, and valuable beyond belief. A doubled image, a misaligned die, a missing edge inscription, any of these mistakes can turn a coin from common to legendary. And the 2010 Sacagawea dollar has its own legends. When one of these exceptional coins is found, it doesn't just get tossed into a collection binder. It gets examined, graded, certified by experts. The tiniest detail, its luster, strike, edge lettering, or even the weight, can make the difference between a $1 coin and a coin worth more than a car. Now, let's talk about what happened when one such coin surfaced. A 2010 Sacagawea dollar, in flawless condition, with a remarkable error and extraordinary eye appeal, was put up for sale. It wasn't just a coin, it was a perfect storm of rarity, beauty, and historical importance. Collectors recognized the opportunity immediately. Bidding was competitive. Interest came from museums, private investors, and serious collectors alike. And when the final bid was placed, the room went quiet, jaws dropped, and history was made once again, this time not in a field of crops, but on the auction floor, because that single 2010 Sacagawea gold $1 coin was sold for exactly $25,000. Top 6. What if I told you that a small coin, barely larger than a quarter, could unlock a window into a moment of American history, and potentially be worth far more than you ever imagined? This isn't just any coin. It's a tribute to a military leader turned president, a man who led armies before he ever stepped foot in the White House. Today, we're shining a light on the fascinating story behind the Zachary Taylor 1849 to 1850 gold $1 coin. A coin with a bold design, a rich legacy, and for a lucky few, an incredible value. Zachary Taylor was the 12th President of the United States. A national war hero and career military officer, he was known for his strong leadership during the Mexican-American War. Nicknamed Old Rough and Ready, Taylor was beloved by his soldiers and admired by the public for his grit and honesty. In 1849, he took office with little political experience but a deep commitment to preserving the Union. Sadly, his time as president was cut short when he died just 16 months into his term in 1850. Though his presidency was brief, his legacy left a lasting impression. And over 150 years later, in 2009, the United States Mint honored Zachary Taylor with his own commemorative gold-colored dollar coin as part of the presidential $1 coin program. These coins were designed to honor each president, released in the order they served, and featured unique portraits and inscriptions. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a sharp, respectful profile of Zachary Taylor. His expression is firm, commanding, almost stern, a reflection of his life as a general and commander. The portrait is surrounded by his name and the years he served as president, 1849 to 1850. The detail in the engraving is striking, from the texture of his hair to the determined set of his jaw. On the reverse side, we find a familiar image across the entire presidential dollar series, the Statue of Liberty. She stands tall and proud, torch held high, radiating freedom and strength. The words, United States of America, wrap around the upper rim, and the value, $1, is etched clearly beneath. But don't let that face value fool you, because some of these coins carry a much greater hidden worth. You see, most of the Zachary Taylor dollar coins were minted in high quantities and entered general circulation. You could find them in pocket change, in cash drawers, even in soda machines. But a very small number, just a tiny fraction, are in a category all their own. These are the coins that collectors dream of. The rarest of the rare. The coins that were either struck with extraordinary precision, used in limited edition collector sets, or contain minting errors that slip through unnoticed. And that's where things get exciting. Among these coins, some were struck in brilliant uncirculated condition, with surfaces so smooth and polished they reflect like mirrors. Others were printed on experimental planchets, metal blanks never intended for production. And then there are the legendary error coins. A misaligned die, a doubled strike, or a missing edge inscription could be all it takes to transform a regular dollar coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. One such rare Zachary Taylor coin was discovered in pristine condition. Experts in the coin world examined it, verified its authenticity, and graded it as one of the highest examples ever found. It wasn't just beautiful, it was historic. It represented a moment of precision, an accident or miracle of minting, and an iconic American figure brought to life in golden tones. Collectors didn't just see a coin, they saw a chance to own a part of American history that couldn't be replicated. The bidding war was intense, with interest pouring in from all over the country. Museums, private collectors, and investors all wanted it. And when the final gavel dropped at auction, the value of this single, stunning piece of American numismatic art was officially set. Because that one Zachary Taylor 1849 to 1850 gold $1 coin sold for an astounding $125,000.